Good morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, freezing rain caused difficult travel condition, power outages in New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
I support Northern Pass because the opportunities it provides business leaders and business owners of clean, sustainable, renewable energy open up the doors for all kinds of innovation.
Crews out treating roads well into the night as freezing rain continues to fall. Slippery roads causing problems for drivers across the state since last night, including utility crews trying to get to areas to turn the lights back on.
The road conditions have been challenging for our crews. It's been pretty slow going trying to get to the trouble spots, so that has been a challenge.
Companies like Eversource seeing the highest number of outages in areas of higher elevation as the temperatures dipped lower. Power lines encased in ice could cause damage, but for most areas, it was the extra weight on trees and branches that caused the most issues.
The temperatures stayed below freezing for most of the day, so we've seen a lot of ice accumulation on the tree branches, weighing them down, and we're seeing tree limbs and trees coming down onto power lines.
Eversource crews mobilizing in certain areas, restoring power to more than 30,000 customers throughout the day.
We've redeployed crews to some of the areas where we're seeing the higher number of outages.
Now, Eversource brought in dozens of extra crews this evening. They say those crews will continue to work until everyone's power is restored. We're live in Where tonight. Siobhan Lopez, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report.
I support Northern Pass.
Sorry about that one. Armed robbery taken down by police inside Everett Market. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston.
Video shows the suspect ask the owner a question, but she says it's clear he is up to no good.
Told me that he want the money. Yeah, he want the money.
She takes off, sprinting to the restaurant next door to call police. You see a scissors in his hand there as he approaches another clerk to try to open the register, but he can't. It takes a mere 17 seconds for police to storm in, guns drawn. They take the suspect down and haul him away.
Been more than one to the same.
Just minutes before this attempted holdup tonight, the owner of a liquor store a few blocks down Ferry Street says the same man tried to rob his store. But the suspect ran off because the clerk recognized him as the thief who robbed the store on Sunday. Surveillance video from Sunday shows the man using a bottle to intimidate the clerk, and they say he made off with $2,400. Now, police are not officially connecting the cases, but they do identify this suspect as a 17-year-old, and he is now facing charges.
I'm feeling scared, but at the same time, thank you God is getting him, and he know it's too late at the store.
Certainly pretty scary for these clerks, but thankfully in all of these cases, no one has been hurt. We're live in Everett tonight. John Atwater, WCVB News Center 5.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Freezing rain leads to thousands of power outages in Maine. Let's take a listen to the video from WMTW News 8 Maine. Sorry about that. We do not have that video. Thousands of homes are without power after trees and lines were brought down by ice Tuesday and early Wednesday. More than 32,600 customers were without power Tuesday evening, according to Central Maine Power. Most of those outages are in northern Cumberland, Oxford, and Androscoggin counties. As of early Wednesday morning, the number of outages had dropped to about 16,000. Local police departments warned of black ice across the area. Front Street in Augusta was also closed due to the possibility of ice jam flooding on the Kennebunk River, according to the Augusta Police Department. The aerial flood watch for rivers and streams have been discontinued, according to the National Weather Service. Clearing and cooling down for the second half of the week. High temps in the 20s by Thursday and Friday. How New York, California, and other states are rebelling against the new GOP tax code. Officials in New York, New Jersey, California, and Maryland are going to the mat against the White House, reworking their tax codes to ease residents' pain from new limits to federal declarations for state, local, and property taxes. Special Counsel Mueller to speak answers directly from President Trump, source says. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
Good, man. What can I grab for you? Let me try that TFG. Sounds good. Hey, what does TFG stand for? Take for granted. What? Take for granted. Wow. That's good.
Shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Thank you. Let the record show that the witness answered in the affirmative.
I would like to address the false charges made about my previous testimony. My answers have not changed. I've always told the truth, and I have answered every question as I understood them to the best of my recollection, as I will continue to do today. Frankly, I had no recollection of this meeting until I saw these news reports. I do now recall that the March 2016 meeting at the Trump Hotel that Mr. Papadopoulos attended, but I have no clear recollection of the details of what he said at that meeting. But I did not recall this event, which occurred 18 months before my testimony of a few weeks ago, and I would gladly have reported it had I remembered it, because I pushed back against his suggestion that I thought may have been improper.
Is it common for the leader of the country to order the criminal justice system to retaliate against his political opponents?
Mr. Conyers, I would say that it's the Department of Justice can never be used to retaliate politically against opponents, and that would be wrong.
I interpret that as no.
As you well know, Lee Kaufman, Wendy Miller, Debbie Watson Gibson, Gloria Thacker Deason, and Beverly Young Nelson, these young women have accused this individual, Judge Moore, who is running for a federal office, the United States Senate, of child sexual activity. Do you believe these young women?
I have no reason to doubt these young women.
What's it going to take to actually get a special counsel?
It would take a factual basis that meets the standards of the appointment of a special counsel.
Is that analysis going on right now?
Well, it's in the manual of the Department of Justice about what's required.
Well, I appreciate
you can
that.
have your idea, but sometimes we have to study what the facts are and to evaluate whether it meets the standard.
Well said. So let me ask you this: if in fact
a special counsel, we have an excellent man of integrity and ability in Chris Wray, and I think he's going to do an outstanding job, and I'm very happy.
He's not here today, Attorney General.
And I would say,
you are, and I'm asking for a special
the time of the gentleman.
I would say, looks like is not enough basis to appoint a special counsel.
I'm very concerned. With the 2018 elections less than 1 year away, and given your acknowledgement that this is a serious, complex matter that's deserving of a real review, specifically, what steps have you taken to protect our elections next year?
You raise a good point. I have not followed through to see where we are on that, and I will personally take action to do so. There are a lot of things been happening. We're working on a lot of great agenda items, but this one is important, and I acknowledge that. And I should be able to give you better information today than I am.
And I appreciate that there are many things that are important, but I would hazard to state nothing more important to our democracy than the integrity of our elections.
Okay, and there you go on that look of the video. Special Counsel Robert Mueller has indicted 2 lawyers for President Donald Trump that his office will seek answers directly from the president on the circumstances around the firings of former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn and former FBI Director James Comey. Source with knowledge of the matter confirmed to ABC News. And that did it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today. Goodbye, everyone.